Thank you for joining us here on KEXP, where the music matters. You can find us at 90.3 FM in Seattle, streaming worldwide at kexp.org. We're listener-supported. We thank you so much for making these wonderful sessions possible. Today we have a band that is beloved by the KEXP DJs and all of our listeners. We've been following their career since the very beginning and so happy they always make time to stop by KEXP. It's the Beths. Welcome.
Hello.
Thanks.
So great to have you back, and you've got a new record, Expert in a Dying Field. You're going to play some songs for us, and then shall we chat after?
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right, it's the Beths live on KEXP, and I hope you're going to bring it today like you've just been bungee jumping.
Okay, we'll give it a go.
Plausible deniability, I swear I never heard of it. And I can close the door on us, but the room still exists, and I know you're in it. Hours of phrases I've memorized, thousands of lines on the page, all of my notes in a desolate pile I haven't touched in it. I can burn the evidence, but I can't burn the pain, and I can't forget it. How does it feel to be an expert in a dying field? And how do you know it's over when you can't let go? You can't let go, you can't stop, can't rewind. Love is learned over time. Come back to it. How does it feel to be an expert in a dying field? And how do you know it's over when you can't let go? You can't let go, you can't stop, can't rewind. Love is learned over time to leave an expert in a dying field. Took this twist, and I can close the door on us, but the room still exists. How does it feel? How do you know?
You're listening to the Beths live on KEXP.
It's white noise, sufferingly loud, it's wearing me down, I'm up to my ears in it. It's like a wave break into my head again and again, how are you not hearing it? The sound, 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 the sound. I beg I sit it to the ground to turn it down. Like cracks in a glass, never hold a drink again. Hey, there's a feedback making it worse, a million hertz, I can hear the ring again. The sound, 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 the sound. I beg to sit it to the ground to turn it down. Silence is golden, is golden, is golden. 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 It's burning to a siren screaming. It's burning to a jet plane engine. Burning to city in construction. It's building and building and building until I can function at all. Silence is golden, is golden, is golden. Silence is golden, is golden, is golden.
I'd say something, but silence is golden.
Great joke.
I know. Tristan needed to give me a ba-dum-bum. Or a wah, wah, wah.
I was just following my orders.
Who gives the orders here?
Liz, when she says silence.
Okay.
I told you that I was afraid that I would have a bad trip, fall asleep and never wake. They told me back at school that it would happen. I believed it till I didn't. I told you that I was afraid of stating my opinion in a clear and honest way. They told me in my youth it wasn't needed. Some thoughts are best deleted, and everyone agreed on. I don't know what I'm getting up for. I don't know what I'm getting up for. I'm not getting taller anymore, so when I fall it's always the same distance as before. You think that I'd like to anticipate it by the millionth time I ate it. I told you that I wasn't scared, that even if I fractured every bone I didn't care. I never told a lie so confidently, but you let me down so gently. The concrete barely bent me. I don't know what I'm getting up for. I don't know what I'm getting up for. One more year, then I'll look at the score. I don't know what I'm getting up for. your heart and hope to die. Cross your heart and hope to die. Cross your heart and hope to die. That everyone around holds me in some secret disdain. That I was held a fool so far deluded. You told me that was stupid, but could never really prove it. I don't know what I'm getting up for. I don't know what I'm getting up for. One more year, then I'll look at the score. I don't know what I'm getting up for. I don't know what I'm getting up for. I don't know what I'm getting up for. One more year, then I'll look at the score. I don't know what I'm getting up for.
Ah, now I'm warmed up.
You're listening to the Beths live on KEXP, the new album Expert in a Dying Field. Ben, you look like you're sweating over there.
Yeah, it's really hard work, that one.
It is hard work.
Ben's the master of downstrokes.
Yeah, all right.
Walking on the wire, and all the while aspiring to keep my level high from looking down. Your beauty in the fore, a new unfolding story arc to new multi-built people to war. But if you were committed to the expedition, I could go along on a solo mission. If I seen a heart in a worse condition, pinning all my hopes to the wrong pink cushion. But if you wanna try, we could leave it all tonight. We could be a glow in the street light, running down the road to jog the memory. Like 10 for 10, that is you for me. And it's quite a cost, but nothing comes for free. And when you know it's meant to be. Meant to be. It takes all of my restraint, not climbing in your cranium to observe the way life finishes the rain. Scratching at the door, they're gonna call security, so I can't leave around here anymore. But I can see a way to a new horizon, squinting through the clouds till it bends my eyes. And every other star is a sun that's rising, and every other word I'm apologizing. But I just wanna know, is this where you wanna go? You and me are going the closeness, running down the road to jog the memory. Like 10 for 10, that is you for me. And it's quite a cost, but nothing comes for free. But when you know it's meant to be. Meant to be. Running down the road to jog the memory. Like 10 for 10, that is you for me. And it's quite a cost, but nothing comes for free. And when you know it's meant to be. Meant to be. And all morning I've been crying in the rain. This theater I've been trying to contain. It all could fall apart eventually.
It's the Beths live on KEXP. I am in a happy place right now. I am always so happy after I've seen you perform live, and I feel like it's been far too long.
Thanks,
I felt that. You know, I've yet to meet anyone so far that doesn't love the Beths. I play a Beths song on the air, and I get a million emails and texts saying, I love the Beths, and I'll be humming a Beths song. I love the Beths. I'm going to a Beths show, or they're going to be live on KXP. It's just, I love the Beths. You're just universally beloved.
It can't last. Surely the backlash is coming.
It's coming. Well, the title of your new record, Expert in a Dying Field, is so intriguing. You started with the title track, which kind of unfolds a little bit. But can you tell me about the title of the record?
Yeah, it's called Expert in a Dying Field. The song itself was, like, the name was as a phrase I had kind of floating around for a while, to do with the fact that, like, relationships and friendships that you have that are kind of maybe not over, but sometimes over, because people move away, or because people break up, or because you just aren't friends with people anymore or something. You kind of, like, learn all this information about them. Like, you know how they like their tea, and you know their favorite movie and everything, and you just have this kind of, like, huge amount of knowledge, and it doesn't just go away, and it feels like you're an expert in a dying field.
And then what do you do with all that?
Yeah, what do you do with it?
That's an
Do
interesting.
you get rid of it? I don't know.
I guess it always just lives there. Well, it sounds like the making of this record was somewhat of a disjointed process, and maybe one that sounds like ultimately worked out well for the band. Can you tell me how this one came together?
Yeah, sure. So we were tracking this one in 2021, mid-2021 in New Zealand after a strange couple of years. And we're midway through kind of tracking the album, and New Zealand had a big lockdown. We were like, it'll be like hopefully a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks until we can get it under control again. And this is kind of perfect because we weren't really sure if the album was sounding the way we wanted it to sound yet. But anyway, it ended up lasting until the end of the year. So we suddenly had all this time, and we went back into the studio in like late November and kind of finished it. But during that time I wrote like 3 more songs that we added to the record. And I feel like it really, that extra time, even though it was kind of cursed, was also kind of good for the album in the end.
I think I read in an interview somewhere where it might have been John who said it was kind of like doing a first record, once again, where no one's waiting for the next one. You're not really on a time crunch. Was that a good thing or a bad thing, ultimately?
What do you think, John?
I think first records are so special, and that you just never get another chance to make one. We tried to contrive a first record feeling, and played the songs a lot of times. And that's the thing you really get when you make a first record, is you play them at like the smallest club in your city 50 times before anyone ever gets to see them. That's the way it happened for us. And we tried to play the songs a lot of times. When we had time apart for the lockdown, that was good reflection time, because that's the other thing. When you make a first record, maybe you have a day job and you only get to play once a week or something, and you're always thinking about the songs. So it's a feeling I wish I could get back, but it's one I try to recreate.
Liz, I think it seems as if the songs start with you, that you start writing. Is the process more or less the same from record to record, or do you change it up for yourself?
Mostly it starts with me and my guitar and my sad thoughts and a notebook, and I make these kind of demos that are absolute trash, and then I share them with the band, and together we build an arrangement that's beautiful, and Jonathan records it all and makes it sound spicy and good. But yeah, we did a little bit of, I don't know, I feel like I'm like weirdly goblin-like with lyrics, and like the lyric and melody part of a song. I want to hoard it all, and I haven't really co-written that part of songs before, so I should probably try to be less selfish and do that. But we do arrange everything together, and of course we make sure that Jonathan gets the maximum number of guitar solos on any record that is allowed, I think.
Well, the arrangements of your songs are very visceral and complex, and I feel like you push yourself from record to record. And I had read that you were looking to sort of simplify things with this record so that you could make it kind of how you would play it live. But I listened to the songs, they don't sound so simple to me. I mean, how did that plan flesh out for you?
How did it flesh out?
I think they're less bitsy.
That's
It's
what we
like-
tried to go for.
Yeah,
It's
less
like
bitsy.
you can if you listen to the record, you can just listen to one person play from the start of the song to the end of the song if you want to. Like if you were watching the stage, you could just watch Tristan play or just watch Ben play and enjoy their musicianship from the start to the finish without any studio interruptions.
Yeah, maybe the songs off the previous record, had were a lot more like modules, and these ones, all the parts are through written.
I love the vocal interplay that you all have and those beautiful harmonies. And one of the things I love about the band is those middle eights and bridges. And I never really thought about how interesting they can make, well, actually, I do think about that, how interesting they can make a song. And I'm wondering how you started writing like that. Were there other bands that you liked that put those kinds of things in their songs and were an influence on you or inspired you?
Oh, I'm so glad you like the middle eights and bridges, because you've really touched a sore spot. I find them really difficult, like what to do at that point in the song when you've had a couple of choruses and you're like, something needs to change now and we need to go to a different place.
Yeah, that's often the point. Liz will bring in a song having not written a middle eight or a bridge, and and that, asks everybody, what do we need to put here? And then we tell her, and then she'll go away and write that part.
10 ideas on my desk by Monday.
Yeah. It's good. It was
Homework.
yeah. But I don't know, if in terms of, we all listen to lots of different things, and I don't know, it's hard when someone asks for your influences because it feels like you have to make a very short list, and it's hard.
Well, I love that last song that you played, When You Know, You Know. It's so fun to listen to. Was that one fun to write, and is it fun to play?
It was really fun to write. I think I wrote that one in late 2020, and the chorus just kind of popped out, and I was like, that's great. And then I wrote a way too verbose pre-chorus where I've had to strategically place breathing spots. It's incredibly hard to sing, so but I kind of like that. I feel like that's something that we all do quite a lot, is writing right at the edge of our abilities, because that's kind of what makes it fun. Is like every Beths set for me feels like at any moment, if I lose concentration, everything will just fall apart. And I find that really enjoyable. I don't know if you guys do.
Yeah, it's good to try and get slightly better every album.
Yeah, it's pushing ourselves.
Well, I don't think you being universally loved is going to come to an end anytime soon. You've struck gold with all of your records, and this one is no exception. And you must be so proud of this new release. It's so great to see you perform it live.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you so much. We're here in the KEXP studios with the Beths, the new album Expert in a Dying Field, out on Car Park Records. You need to get out and see them live. There's nothing like a live show with the Beths. Thank you so much to all of our wonderful listeners who support KEXP. Your financial gifts make all of these great sessions possible, and all the music discovery that you love here on KEXP. You can find out more about us and make a gift anytime at kexp.org to support great music. Once again, a big thank you to the Beths, live here on KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.